Have you ever been peacefully playing Minecraft just to realize you don't even have any food? Yeah, it's a problem. That's why I came up with this Hoglin farm design to fix that and also get you some leather along the way. So this is everything you're going to need for the farm, so feel free to pause the video and go gather everything if you want. And you're also going to want some temporary blocks just to give yourself, to make it a bit easier for yourself. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into it. So basically you look around on the nether roof until your targeted block, you find a targeted bedrock block that's 127 on the Y level 127, and you see that right in the right corner right there. So then what you want to do is you want to place ladders like this, and then ender pearl, and then you can get out onto the nether roof. And also you're going to make sure you have obsidian and a flint and steel or fire charge, just so you can get back down, of course. Now once you're on the nether roof, I just went into creative for a second, but basically you need to find a crimson forest on the nether roof because it's going to give us the best rate. So right now you can see on the left that the biome says we're in a nether waste, so we need to find a crimson forest, and you can see that by the sky as well, so I'm going to go look for one. Okay, so I found a crimson forest, as you can see by the red particles, and also it says crimson forest. So now what you're going to want to do is build up with any building blocks and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And basically this is your middle blocks. And yeah, you don't want to forget this block, just replace it with something memorable, because we're going to be using netherrack for the whole platform, so I recommend cobblestone or something. So from this middle block you're going to want to go out 10 blocks in all directions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then you just want to repeat this for all 4 corners, all 4 sides I mean. Okay, so right now it should look something like this, like a little cross. And now what you're going to want to do is you want to go to one of the sides like this, and then you're going to kind of zigzag, kind of like this. And it should just connect up to the other side like that, and then you place one more block there like that. So you should have basically that, and then it's the same deal, you just copy it on all sides. Now you should have a shape that looks a little something like this. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill it all in with netherrack. Okay, after that you should be left with sort of I guess a diamond sort of shape. And now you're going to want to go to one of the sides and you're going to start putting walls on the sides. So basically on every one of the side blocks you're going to follow the pattern of the netherrack, just with walls. Any walls will work, but I'm just using cobblestone walls for this demo. Okay, now once you've done that, it should look like this. Should be like a squiggly line of walls. It looks a little weird, but I'm sure it should be right. Now what you want to do is take your crimson or warped nylium, and you're going to want to go to each of these corners and basically place one in. And then you're also going to line up, so basically one of these corner walls should basically line up with the middle block right here. And then you're going to go right here and then place it here. So again, you should see the corner sort of line up with the corner of the middle block. You're going to place the nylium like that. And once you've done that, you should have 8 pieces of nylium. It doesn't matter if it's crimson or warped nylium, but I'm just using crimson nylium. Then you're going to take your warped fungus and you're going to place one on each of these pieces of nylium. So these crimson fungus are going to scare the hoglins, and the hoglins are going to try and run away from them. Now what you're going to do is get rid of the middle block and you're going to dig this out. So you should have a square that's 3 by 3. Then in the middle you can just get temporary blocks. I'll just use the nylium for now. Then you place that there, and it should be 2 blocks above. So basically the hoglins are going to get scared of the warp fungus, and then they're going to try and run away from the warp fungus. And they're also going to try and run towards the nether warp block. So you want that 2 blocks off this platform, just over the middle. Next, what you're going to want to do is take your trapdoors and place them along like this, so that every side has trapdoors on them, like that. Then you're going to want to open them all, like so. So you should have it look like that. Next, you're going to take your building block. I'm just going to use glass for this tutorial, but it doesn't really matter. You can use netherrack, cobblestone, any block that doesn't burn. So you can't use wood unless it's warped wood or something. But anyway, you're going to want to go like this and go basically 3 along like this. So you're basically boxing that in. You're going to go down 4 more blocks like that. And you're going to repeat it on all 4 sides like this. Next, you want to go 1 block up from the bottom block, and you're going to place some signs right here in the same orientation as the trapdoors. So like you can line them up with the trapdoors if you want. Just like that, you should have the signs looking like this with the trapdoors. And now again, you can take your building block and you want to build down, you want to have a 2-block gap between the platform that we're building for the storage and the actual farm. So like this. And then you can build the platform pretty much as big as you want, as long as it's out of a non-spawnable block like glass or like bottom slabs or something. And then you're going to place a temporary block like this, or 2 temporary blocks, and you're going to place a double chest like that, and then another one like that. Then you can take your hoppers and you're going to want to have them facing into this top chest, and then the rest should be facing into the other hoppers. So to place hoppers into each other, you can press shift to crouch, and you should be able to place them all facing into each other. You can see they're all facing into those 2, you can see which direction they're facing. And then under here, you're going to want to place a hopper going from that chest facing into this one. So basically, all the stuff that the Hoglins drop is going to first go through this chest into this chest, and then when this one's full, it's going to start building up in this one. Next, you're going to go back in here, and you need to remember to place 1 sign in the middle like that, so by crouching and placing it like that. So that's basically all the lava is going to be raised 1 block above the hoppers due to the signs. So now you can just place lava, as long as it fills up the whole middle, it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter how much you use, as long as all the signs are covered. Now one of the last things you're going to do is take your torches and you're going to basically place them all 2 blocks apart. So this will reduce the amount of mobs that spawn that aren't Hoglins. You pretty much only want Hoglins spawning in this farm, and this won't prevent other mobs from spawning, but it will reduce the amount of other mobs that spawn. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter at all. Just as long as like most of it's lit up, it should decrease the amount of piglins or zombie piglins that spawn, and we should only be getting Hoglins. Next, you're going to want to place your stairs like this, so cobblestone stairs for me, just as an example. And basically you make this little staircase just up to the platform, like it's just for easier access. You can use a ladder if you want, but I'm just going to use stairs. Now, when you're standing on this platform, it should be at about Y level 132. Next, you're going to take your building blocks again and go here and build up 110 blocks. So, for example, if the bottom is on Y level 132, then we should get to about Y level 242. As you can see, we're on Y level 242. I can see it in the F3 menu. And this is where you're going to make a little AFK platform. This is basically where you're going to sit at and wait for the Hoglins to spawn down below, which is going to get you all the loot. So it doesn't really matter what this looks like, just as long as it's like, again, non-spawnable blocks. Like, it doesn't matter too much, but you just don't want stuff spawning up here. You're going to want to build a ladder all the way to the top. I mean, if you have an elytra, you can just fly up there, but this is like basically if you don't have a elytra, you're going to want to build a ladder all the way to the top. And then, yeah, now you have easy access to the AFK platform. So now you're going to go to the side of the pole that or like the pillar that you just built that has the ladder on it, and you want to go to the side of here. So basically, you need to line it up and take your building blocks like this and go out 1, and then you're going to make like another little pillar right here, and then you're going to build up with your ladders right here as well. And then once you're here, you want to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then the 6th block is going to be a non-spawnable block, so glass for example. And you're going to go over to the middle so you can access the ladder. You can just break these ones under here, it doesn't matter too much. You could also even build this on like all 4 sides if you want, build that out of scaffolding. It'd just look cooler, but that's basically it. And you want ladders to go all the way to the top so you can actually access it. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole farm done. And yeah, the babies do get stuck under here, but like if there is too many, you can just go too far. You can just go far away from the farm, so they'll all despawn. And this is everything we've gotten literally in the time of me building it. I haven't even finished it yet. Literally a stack of cooked pork chop in the time that it took me to build it. So yeah, then basically you can come up here. You don't want to forget to put a nether portal on the roof of the nether so that you can actually get in and out to the farm. Like, you don't want to get stuck on the nether roof. So always remember to have at least 10 obsidian and a flint and steel or fire charge or whatnot. So then basically you can just go up this ladder, go to the AFK platform, and you should just get loot from the Hoglins down below. I just took out all the cooked pork chop and leather from the chest down below, and now we're going to see how much it actually gets us. So I'm going to start a timer, and now I'm going to chill out up here for a bit and see how much we get. Okay, I went upstairs, made a coffee real quick, and the timer says, oh, just about 5 minutes. So yeah, let's come over to our chest, and there's a few babies in the bottom, doesn't matter so much. Oh wow, yeah, in 5 minutes that it took me to go make a coffee, this is how much we got. And the best part is this farm is scalable, so you could basically copy this layer up here and get, well, I don't know exactly how the spawning rates work, but you could technically just copy this layer up here to get even more, like, even better rates. But just for this example, I did one layer, and you could do as many as you want pretty much. So yeah guys, that's how you make a Hoglin farm. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more tutorials like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.